Yo guys, welcome back to the gram. If you're watching this on Instagram, thank you so much. But if you're on YouTube watching this, then welcome back to the channel, guys. So again, the road to Pixel 4, but today we're not exactly talking about the Pixel 4, as I do want to kind of elaborate on a question that I'm seeing quite a bit of, and I think this will make for an interesting topic today. So that would actually be, that is, if the Pixel 4, or when the Pixel 4 comes out next week, will we see a Pixel 4a? That's a very interesting question, but I want to take it a step further and say, like, if they were to create a Pixel 4a, what could we expect out of it? And so that we're going to go into that right now. So in order to understand if Google built a Pixel 4a, what kinds of things could we expect for it to have and not have? And the best way to do that is to kind of look at the Pixel 3a and the Pixel 3. As if you own both phones, you'll know where I'm coming from on this, but if you don't, let me just say this, that there are plus and minuses to either side. The Pixel 3a actually does really good as far as performance and user experience, and it even seems a bit better than the Pixel 3, which happens to be the flagship. So the Pixel 3a shocked a lot of people just by how well it performed, even though it didn't have the same processing chip. Snapdragon 670 versus a Snapdragon 845, there's differences right there, but the 670 is very capable. Matter of fact, you really didn't see much of a difference as far as performance unless you really focused in on it. Like, if you zeroed in to see how the performance was on both phones, you'll then actually see a difference. But just as a day-to-day user, you really wouldn't see a difference. It handled everything that you were throwing at it pretty dang well. Now, there are some things that the Pixel 3a lack compared to the Pixel 3. Most of these things is feature and build quality. As the Pixel 3a is made out of polycarbonate, the Pixel 3 is made out of glass, and the reason for that is because the Pixel 3 has wireless charging and the Pixel 3a does not. The Pixel 3a being made with polycarbonate might be a bit, or could have been, water resistant, but it's not, as the Pixel 3 is. Also, you're going to see the front-facing camera is different because the Pixel 3 has dual front-facing cameras, so dual selfie cams, one for a regular shot, one for wide angle. The Pixel 3a does not have dual camera sensors in the front, has one single selfie cam. So by looking at that, you see the differences. Also, in the speaker placement, the Pixel 3 has dual front-facing speakers, and the Pixel 3a has a front-facing speaker on the top and a bottom-firing speaker at the bottom. So it still has dual speakers, but there's one that fires from the bottom. However, the sound quality from the Pixel 3a sounds better than the Pixel 3. Kind of crazy how that worked out. But just by the things that I talked about, you kind of get the idea what Google did to basically bring the price of that Pixel 3a to what they released it at, which I believe was $399. So basically 400 bucks for the 3a. And $799 on release for the Pixel 3. So if we were to look at the Pixel 4a, considering what the Pixel 4 has, so we know it has air gesture controls with Project Soli. We know it has a 3D dot facial recognition mapping, so that way you have basically face unlock and a true facial unlock. It has no fingerprint sensor, no notches on it, but of course the top bezel is big, well, a little bit big because of all the sensors it houses in it. Dual cameras on the back, which I'm hearing a lot that the second sensor is a telephoto sensor and not a wide angle sensor or a super wide angle sensor. And so when we kind of think about it, like, what would the Pixel 4a have? And I can tell you guys right now, like, the first thing that comes to mind in order to make the Pixel 4a right around between $350 and $400, obviously it's not going to have facial recognition unlock. I don't see them putting that on the Pixel 4a. They'll probably retain the fingerprint sensor on the back of the phone, or maybe on the front of the phone. I really hope they don't, but I do see that the fingerprint sensor is going to be the one thing that's going to remain on the Pixel 4a compared to its big brother, the Pixel 4. As far as Project Soli and gesture controls, that's like a 50-50 split. I'm thinking if they're trying to have this thing sell, like, let's say at $299, maybe not. But if they were to have it sell at, $399 or maybe like $429, I can see them including the air gesture controls for Project Soli, so that way that would be on the Pixel 4a. Build quality, I do see them retaining the polycarbonate for the A series and not stepping up and making it glass or metal or anything like that, only because polycarbonate is cheaper to work with. The screen sizes, they may maintain that trend, so the Pixel 4a screen may be a few inches bigger than the Pixel 4, and the 4a XL would be bigger than the Pixel, well, the 4a XL would be bigger than the 4 XL. I think the colors would be a little bit different though, because you know we do have that orange color that everyone's talking about. We'll have white and black. I'm thinking that they may do something crazy, maybe, you know, to pay homage to the Pixel 3a, they might bring out another purplish color for the 4a, or maybe go with the green, go, you know, with something pretty off that's pretty googly. I think that they would do, but I would think they would lack water resistance, so I don't think there'll be any water resistance on it. Still, it would shock me if they did. If they added water resistance to the Pixel 4a, then I would think the Project Soli would be out of it, and it would just be a base model version of the Pixel, basically without all the hooplas and sparkles. But if they added water resistance, then we can say no to Project Soli and the air gesture controls. If there's no water resistance, then air gesture controls. But me personally, I would rather take water resistance and dust resistance over air gesture controls. I'm not, you know, needing to do this over my phone or that. I don't need to do that. So I'm hoping water resistance and dust resistance. Type-C charging, fast charging, wireless charging, maybe. People can say, well, it needs a glass back to do it. I absolutely beg to differ, because my Nexus 7 2013 here is polycarbonate back, and this thing has wireless charging, so it's possible to do it. I'm thinking the camera sensors will be nearly the same, maybe not dual sensors on the back, so maybe no telephoto sensor on the back, just maybe a single sensor like they've done so far. And yeah, as far as that, like for cameras and stuff like that, those will be pretty much untouched. So like the AI correction, night mode, and whatever else they're bringing, that would probably be in the 4a, similar to the 4. And I do see them bringing the revamped version of Google Assistant into the 4a. So those are some of the things that comes to mind when I think about what would the Pixel 4a have compared to the Pixel 4, if Google is intending to build a Pixel 4a. So anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for this video on the gram and also on YouTube. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a comment. Tell me what you guys think the Pixel 4a would have, and versus its pricing, right? So you can give me a pricing, tell me if you think it's going to be $400 for it, and then if you think it's $400, then tell me what do you think they're going to have and what do you think they're going to cut out that the Pixel 4 has to the 4a. I would definitely love to read your guys' response in the comment section of the video. Drop a like if you guys enjoy, or hit the heart on Instagram. It's so weird because I'm dropping this video on both platforms. And yeah, give a follow on the gram if you guys enjoyed this video and want to see more videos like this on the gram. Definitely on my IGTV channel. Definitely leave a heart to let me know that as well. And on YouTube, drop a like if you guys enjoyed today's video. Subscribe, and if you just did, hit the bell option to be notified when I upload another video. Until then, guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. I'm about to jam out. You guys should too. Thanks for watching, and as always, Aloha.